Welcome to the University of Southampton's Accommodation application system. To get started, please register for an account. On this page, you'll be prompted to input your student ID, which can be found on your offer letter, your first name followed by your surname, and your date of birth and email. Please note that the email you will use will be used to provide you with any updates to your application, so please ensure you will have access to it until you start university. You will then be prompted to create a password. Once your account is created, you can move on to starting your application. Please be advised that once you've clicked the registration button, you will need to go to your emails to verify your account. Once verified, you will be able to log in and continue with your application. After logging in, you will be directed to a dashboard with 3 sections. Apply here, your applications and bookings, and your accommodation options. Your applications page will show you any active applications you may have. The Your Accommodation Options button will take you to our accommodation page, where you can view the different types of accommodation we offer, along with being able to use a handy price comparison tool. For the purposes of this tutorial, however, we will be focusing on the Apply Here button. Once on the Apply Here page, you'll be prompted to choose which session you wish to apply for. You will need to select the upcoming academic year. In this case, it is the 2024 to 2025 academic year. You will now need to specify your application type, whether you are new or returning. In this case, you will need to select New. You will then be prompted to select undergraduate or postgraduate. If you are doing a bachelor's degree or equivalent, you will need to select undergraduate. If you are doing a master's degree or a PhD, you will need to select postgraduate. For the purpose of this tutorial, we will be selecting undergraduate. When selecting undergraduate, you will see a screen with 5 prompts. These are New Undergraduate, Undergraduate International, Disability and Inclusion, Study Abroad and Exchange, and New LGBTQ+. New Undergraduate is for home students, with International being the section to click if you're going to study with us from outside the UK. Disability and Inclusion is for people who require specific adjustments for their accommodation. We would also recommend getting in contact with our Student Disability and Inclusion team to discuss these options further. Study Abroad and Exchange are for people on exchange programs that do not require the full year within our halls. These will naturally offer you shorter contracts than the standard 38 or 41 weeks for undergraduates. Finally, LGBTQ+ options are available for those within the community who wish to live with other LGBTQ+ students. This is completely optional, and you do not need to select this if you do not wish to. Once you have selected your relevant pathway, you'll be brought to this page, which will detail all of the hall sites that we have available at the University of Southampton. These hall sites include Archers Road, City Gateway, Glen Eyre, Highfield Hall, Lucia Foster Welsh, Mayflower, Wessex Lane, and Erasmus Park. We are also in partnership with Orion Point Private Hall, which will be available for you to apply for during this academic session. For further information on our halls, I would recommend checking out our accommodation website, which will provide you with further information and pricing on all different room types. Once you've had a look at the different options that are available, you will be able to click on them to get more information. If you feel that this hall would be right for you, you can come on down to the lower section where you can select the different rooms that are available. Within this section, you can also select the contract length, being either 38-week or 41-week standard. You can also have a look at the different catering options. As standard, the majority of our halls, besides Highfield Hall, are self-catered, but there is the option to add a catering package. This catering package costs around £60 a week and will allow you to access food at our different eateries across campus without having to pay out of pocket then and there. All you'll need to do is use your student card and you'll have an allowance each day. Also on this page, you will be able to select either quiet or alcohol-free flat options. Once you have made your choices, you'll be prompted to provide further details. You'll be asked if you have a preference on single or mixed gender flat. You will then be prompted to produce any extra information on yourself. This is when you will need to disclose any disabilities or additional requirements you may need. This will help to inform our accommodation team on where to allocate you. You would have had the option to select alcohol-free or quiet flats on the previous page. You can, however, include these details within this section as well if you would really like to emphasise this information to our team. If you require any support with this, please get in contact with the Student Hub. Finally, you'll be brought to a final review screen. Please ensure that you carefully check the accommodations that you've selected and ensure that you've provided us with any additional information where relevant. Once you are satisfied, go ahead and submit. You will then receive an email confirming that your application has been submitted successfully. Once submitted, you'll receive feedback on your application starting from August 15th. In the meantime, if you have any questions or require further support with your application, please get in contact with the Student Hub.